The Philippines' rainforests and extensive coastlines make it home to a diverse range of birds, plants, animals, and sea creatures. It is one of the 10 most biologically diverse countries and is at or near top in terms of biodiversity per unit area. Stretching through a total land area of 300,000 square kilometers, this 7,107 island archipelago prides in rich natural resources and diverse culture. But being situated in the western fringes of the Pacific Ring of Fire, the Philippines also receives frequent seismic and volcanic activity. Sitting astride the typhoon belt also doesn't help, as the country frequently experiences torrential rains and thunderstorms and is visited by over 19 typhoons each year. With annual rainfall as much as 5,000 millimeters, disaster risk reduction is a highly important matter. Yet politics, lack of education and awareness, diversion of funds, and overpopulation hinder the country from being fully prepared when disaster strikes. In the Pahican Island of the Camotes group of islands of Cebu, Philippines, it is a different story. The municipality of San Francisco is setting an example of good governance and effective community development. They have achieved this by empowering their residents through resilience, especially in the area of disaster risk reduction. Named the San Francisco Purok system and initiated in 2004 during Alfredo Arquillano Jr.'s stint as municipal mayor, this project has already received international recognition. The project prides in empowering the residents of San Francisco Camotes through the institutionalization of the Purok system, a microstructure of the barangay unit, bringing effective governance at the sub-village level. The Purok system is an indigenous method of self-organization at the sub-village level. This system is an avenue to educate the people and disseminate essential information, inculcate the value of volunteerism and nationalism while talents and skills are exercised to its fullest potential. The organizational structure of the average local government unit without the Purok system is as follows: the municipal mayor, followed by the council, the different department heads, and finally, the barangay captains. However, with the Purok system, Purok presidents are elected by the residents, and Purok coordinators are assigned to give the mayor immediate communication to the different Puroks of the city. Each Purok then has a set of officers they must elect each year that will chair committees on different challenges: health and nutrition, agriculture and livelihood, education and solid waste management, disaster risk reduction management, tourism and women and children, infrastructure, youth and sports development, and finally, finance, budget, and appropriation. Meetings are to be held monthly or as disclosed in the community, and all their funds have to be raised by themselves, as well as the labor cost for building their Purok halls, such as this one in Purok Calasagan, Barangay Santiago. The hall is made of indigenous materials, and boards with the Millennium Development Goals and the Yogo Framework for Action are written in the vernacular for everyone to read and understand. This is the monthly meeting for this Purok, and being in a Catholic-dominated country, each meeting must always start with a prayer, followed by the singing of the Philippine National Anthem. The Purok secretary then reads the minutes of the last meeting and reminds everybody of this meeting's agenda. 80% of the villagers are farmers, and today they have left their crops to see if there has been any development on the Purok system since last month. The treasurer then reads the capital build-up report since 2007. There are 72 members of the CBU, and from the base budget allocated by the city government of 30,000 pesos, the residents were able to raise 80,000 pesos more, totaling 110,000 pesos. This is good news for the residents.
Diri para makatabang sa among kalso. Kay kami diri tanan. Wa gyud tawo nga dili pobre. So
the other officers then read the other reports, from the 3 peso a month sinking fund, the expenses from different activities and programs, to the population of kids studying. Among the 86 households, almost all of the children are in school, a far cry from the situation in the past. Today, there are only 4 children not in school and 2 are dropouts. Another report is of the health and nutrition status in the Purok, and the numbers couldn't be better. The meeting ends well, and after words of inspiration from the barangay captain and the Purok coordinators who are always present during the gathering, everyone heads home and back to their families. Health services are delivered down to the Purok level with a community-based health management program. This program focuses on prevention with activities like immunization, regular checkup for pregnant women, pabasa sa nutrisyon or nutrition education, and feeding of malnourished children. Since the program started in 2006, there has been a significant decrease of underweight and severely malnourished children, bringing San Fran closer to the dream of zero malnutrition than ever before. The Food Always at Home program, or FAITH, hits 2 birds with 1 stone. Livelihood and food productivity increases, giving them a venue to become entrepreneurs with filled stomachs. For residents like Helena Impas, the program is a gift from heaven. The program has not only given her food on their table because of the crops she's growing, but also gives her potential to earn a living in the future harvest. In the Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office of San Fran, a rain gauge is installed in the office while 2 others are installed in strategic places around the area. But no employee is needed to check on the gauges, as they have trained the residents to be local weather forecasters, to know how to read the rain gauge and know when to evacuate when the river water rises to certain levels. The office also is home to the Camotes Island Emergency Response Team, and they conduct drills at all the Puroks for preemptive evacuation. Evacuation drills, first responders, fire drills, earthquake drills, emergency moves, and rescue are observed by the residents to raise their awareness in times of disaster. The youth are also educated on disaster risk reduction and climate change adaptation. In school and out of school youth are encouraged and trained to become more aware and prepared during earthquakes, fires, and flood. The residents of San Fran are very aware of the environment and what they must do to protect it because of the solid waste management program. The communities then clean up their surroundings, public beaches and parks, and segregate their trash on a household level. This is the material recovery facility of San Fran. The trash is segregated into 3: biodegradable, non-biodegradable, and toxic. The toxic wastes are stored in a vault so that no air could escape from it and it would be far from public harm. The biodegradable waste, or malata as they call it, is shredded by machines before they are then exposed to vermicomposting that uses worms and microorganisms that turn waste into nutrient-rich humus. The non-biodegradable, on the other hand, are also shredded and processed in 2 ways: either to make them into pillows with Tetra Pak shreds of juice packs, or to mix them with cement to make these ingenious concrete blocks for footpaths and infrastructure projects. These blocks are generally stronger than the normal concrete blocks and give people of San Fran another source of livelihood, an example of from trash to cash. The 2 Million Trees for a Green San Fran project is another environmental awareness program that enables the citizens to plant mangroves as natural barriers to natural hazards. The establishment of marine sanctuaries also helps in protecting life support system, or the life source in the environment. Not only do the marine sanctuaries raise awareness to the residents on the importance of protecting biodiversity, but it also gives them another source of income, as the sanctuaries are frequently visited by divers and snorkelers. The Purok System program has won numerous national and international awards, including being the grand champion for 4 years in a row of the E-Gwen Our Cebu program of the Cebu provincial government, as well as the United Nations Sasakawa Awardee for Disaster Reductions, and the Campaign Role Model, an award for making cities resilient, of the United Nations International Strategy for Disaster Reduction. Hence, not only has this program made the city of San Fran a role model for other cities to follow around the world, But the Purok system has also made its residents' lives much better. With its sustainability and resilience, San Fran has become a place to live, the place to visit.